youngest son, John's brother, Nathan, and this is basically a family member. This is John's best friend since college. So thank you all for being here. We had a productive, long day of court today, and I am very grateful that DA Bragg came in for part of the time, and that everyone is so interested and concerned, and I'm very grateful.
And I noticed when you stepped down, you stared down the defendants, and I thought that was very brave. How did you feel doing that? What made you do that?
Because they took my son's life. Two of them did. The gentleman in the middle did not. We've been on a journey together since John died, and I've watched them, and I would like to see that they have some remorse or exhibit some sense of remorse, and I keep looking for that and don't see it. And in the meantime, for my own sanity and health, I am committed to praying that God blesses them, and that's why I did, and I didn't want to be afraid and not look at them.
What were the emotions like in testifying?
Sorrowful, because John's not here, and I'm sharing this great person who happened to be my oldest son and a joy, and I'm sharing with people who never had the privilege of meeting him parts of his life story, and it was painful. It hurt. And
what was the most painful part about today for you?
I think just reliving the moment of the phone call of finding John's body, and that he was no longer with us this side of heaven. And just that it's, as a parent, I pray none of you ever experience it. It's something you never want to experience, but it's just reliving that moment of when your world literally does a 180 and is changed forever. It's a grief process. It's hard.
Any other thoughts about the testimony today? You seemed awfully composed and brave. How did you prepare yourself for that?
Because of these great people and my other children and family and John's friends and God, and just resting that what they meant for evil, God actually means for good. And if we can help save other people and increase the community and give support to the gay community, because in my mind these men did, even though not all of their victims were gay, they eventually did target gay men. And how do we raise awareness and protect that group? And I am also encouraging, there are so many people still in the closet. You are great people. God has blessed you with so many gifts that the rest of us who are heterosexual and straight do not have. Please come out and be who you are, because we need you. That is an important message to me.
Do you think that with what happened to your son and the other victims might have stopped this from happening to other people because of all of the awareness was brought to what was happening? It even was on television shows were made on this premise.
We can only hope so. That was part of our mission, because as Nathan said to one journalist, we don't want anyone to hurt like we have hurt, and therefore raising our voice to prevent this, and also making people aware, because you, as a young person, you typically feel like you're invincible. And of course this doesn't apply to you, but it does. And it's a issue. I mean, in Atlanta, it was happening at least 6 months ago, the same sort of drugging to get the phone and the wallet. So it's something everyone needs to be aware of and protect each other from.
What would you like to see happen to these three men?
I'd like to see them be remorseful and changed and given a new purpose. It is clear to me they are very creative and resourceful, but they're not doing it for good. They're using it to take things from people. And so I truly believe that they are not safe to be among us, and therefore that's why we have jails and prisons, to keep us safe so people like that don't hurt us. So I would like to see them be kept away from us.
The amount of time that's gone by was such a theme of today, just how much time's passed and what that does to memory, but also I have to imagine for you it's been in part agonizing waiting for this day to arrive, but also you've been able to use the time to do so much work on behalf and honor of your son. What has it been like to wait so long for this day to arrive?
It's been hard because you also feel like your life cannot go on. You can't fine tune what the mission of what the goals are you want to do to help other people, and just sensing, okay, we need to wait for the trial, and you realize the hands of justice are very slow, but it's a process. And maybe for me it was to learn patience and that whole serenity prayer. I cannot change that, but the courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference has been very important for me during this time. And in some ways it's allowed me to heal, and I had a whole lot of anger and that I needed to heal from, and so maybe that was part of the reason it took so long.
Was anyone else want to speak?
You want to say anything? Do you want to say anything? Well, these people are great. John was such a good friend, and he has such good friends, and I could not have done it without these people. They showed up at the very beginning. We retraced all of John's steps. I mean, they just have been a critical part to why we are here, and I'm very grateful.
Thank
And
you.
grateful to all of you, because to me this has been a beautifully collaborative process, because without the media, without the mayor's office, without Detective Rose and NYPD, and without the DA's office, we wouldn't be here. And all four of you we are grateful, and it's very important. So thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
all
Thank
of
you very much for speaking with us, and all the best.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Good luck. Thank you.